Welcome to Queen She Tarot. All right, so before we get into the reading, take these readings as they resonate. All readings will not resonate, okay? So if it doesn't resonate, just wait for the next one, or you guys could watch any of the other Aquarius readings because all my readings are timeless. So I'm also a truthful tarot reader, right? That's not me saying other people aren't. I'm just letting you guys know, like, I'm legit, like, I'm going to tell you what I see in the energy. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. So take these readings as they resonate. I'm reading from a character standpoint. So it could be you in the reading or it could be somebody in your energy, but that's for you guys to discern, right? But I'm just going to read the energy. Holy Spirit, angel guides, what do we have for Aquarius? What do they need to know? We have 10 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so somebody's getting to the finish line. They're putting down some sort of burden. There's some sort of illusion that is leaving. Something that was in their subconscious is coming to the forefront of their mind. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse? The Chariot. Okay, so somebody wasn't really feeling as abundant. They weren't feeling really great about their position. Maybe they could have also been afraid of being like single or independent, but they're moving forward. They're learning how to use their willpower, right? And this willpower is coming from balancing out their light and shadow energy. So that shadow energy facing their fears, but that light where it's like they're being optimistic, they're being positive about what their outcomes can be. And with the positivity is also taking action. So that Chariot energy is really good energy. Page of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Hangman, Temperance. And then we got the Empress. And we got the King of Swords. I feel like it's 2 different masculines here. Page of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Okay, someone's learning and looking at like what kind of relationship that they would want to invest in. Someone's gone through a breakup, right? It could be with this King of Pentacles, could be with the father of their children, but it feels like a family dynamic because, again, remember, it's like this person was maybe afraid of being single, like doing things on their own, and it could have felt very, the idea of it, all of that could have felt stressful. But sometimes it's like we can overthink something where it's like, you know, it's not really that bad. You feel helpless in the situation because it's like you're used to having that support in some kind of a way, but to do it completely on your own, it's like you might be afraid of failing, right? But then, and if you tell yourself something, it's like it can restrict you from moving forward because for some reason you feel you won't be successful without whatever position you're in, when it's like, if that position is somewhat taking care of you, another position will be able to take care of you. If you put yourself in that position, the only difference is that you will be completely independent of whatever is that codependency that you're used to. You're just used to that. But if you learn how to do things a different way, like if you learn how to make money a different way, right? Like let's say you have a hustle, but like the person that you're with, they have a stable 9-to-5 job, but it's like your hustle kind of helps. But for you to have to make that hustle be your actual income where it'll pay your bills and things, now it might feel more stressful, hard, because turning it into something that can take care of the bills is scarier than like just it being something on the side that's bringing you income, because that's going to require you to really believe in yourself, push yourself out there, get clientele, da-da-da-da. You have the skill, you have the ability. This is an example, but it's still scary, right? So it's like, no, you have to look at it differently. You have to understand, okay, this is going to take time, but maybe I might I might need to get benefits from the county while I'm building up this business because it has so much potential. So if this is what I have to do for this moment and I'm uncomfortable, but it'll give me time to work on my business and get this clientele, step out of my comfort zone and talk to people, put myself out there, then I could see it, I could see the success and I can lean on it. And then I don't really need like this past person. My need for them is being removed more and more because I'm seeing that I can do it. I'm seeing how, if you've ever tasted like making like, I remember the first time I made $1,000 in 4 days doing hair, and it was when I went through my divorce. That was the moment my life changed because I was like, I could make $1,000 in 4 days. Whoa, okay, now that's the goal. How do I do this again? Right? And of course, it didn't happen like that. And I'm not doing hair anymore. But that was a turning point in my life where I saw how money worked. Like, and because I was put in a desperate situation to have to make money quickly after like being left to take care of responsibilities when I was a stay-at-home wife, it changed my perspective about money. You get me? Because when you're put in that position where you gotta get it, you can't be comfortable. So and sometimes things take time, but in this reading it's saying that it's like the feminine was with somebody who was providing, so it was a little bit scary to maybe walk away from the situation, but she's using her willpower, looking at what she's going to invest in. She's learning, which is great. So her perspective is going to change. It's shifting. She's going to balance out. And then there's a King of Swords at the next end of this. So either she's going to meet this King of Swords or she's already met this King of Swords. But this King of Swords is, or that could be you guys' energy, Aquarius, right? But this King of Swords is like a King of Pentacles is different than a King of Swords. Because the King of Pentacles is coming like a father figure, you know, somebody that like takes care of home. There's stability there. But then the King of Swords is somebody who is like, they have really great ideas and plans, and they can work towards those plans and make it happen because they'll take their emotions out of it, right? But they can be very, very successful because of the way that they think and their discipline. So I feel in her own masculine energy, these are things that she has to learn, is how to be more disciplined and focused and actually come up with a plan. And then she could be in that position as the King of Pentacles, being her own Queen of Pentacles, because all she needs is really a plan, right? If she has a plan and she follows through with the work ethic, then she will get to her destination, her goals. What else? We have Nine of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Swords. Queen of Wands. So I would say the advice right now that Spirit is wanting to give her is like, for her to stop feeling that she can't reach her goals or her dreams. Like, she could be very tired. She could be burnt out. She is going through a painful ending. Even if things didn't turn out the way that she wanted it to, she still needs to believe in herself. She needs to have confidence, not focus on what didn't work, right? She just got to keep reminding herself that, like, she's good enough, and she needs to save. She needs to pull her energy away from certain things, but there is things that she can control. So don't feel like you can't control your situation. So it's like, let's say you're not getting paid a whole lot of money, but you can pay your bills, and then the extra money that you supposedly have, instead of you saving it, you're going out to eat. I love to eat. I love to eat. I feel like eating is a necessity, right? So I don't think it's a bad thing to spend your money on eating. But if you're in a situation where it's like you do gotta save and you might have to cook at home, because if you go spend $50 out on some good food versus spending $50 buying a meal that'll last you 2 weeks, then that's kind of like you just spent $50 in one day that for one meal. You get me? But we don't got that kind of money right now. So you got to treat yourself at a different time. Right now, you got to go spend that $50 to go get groceries so you can cook at home, right? Those aren't things that we got to take accountability for and be in control of. Like, okay, I could have bought groceries, but I chose to get that meal that looks so good. I wanted lobster. I wanted shrimp. So that's a lack of self-control. So you got to control, you get me? So you have to go through a period of struggle to get to where you want to be. But that's a part of having strength. That's a part of the journey. So don't tell yourself you can't do something. Just take more action into what do I need to fix? What do I need to change? How do I need to look at this? It's all perspective. And then move towards that, right? She has the ability to do it. She came out as an empress. So I feel like she will be successful at it. But she's just in that period where she has to gain this confidence, and she has to lean away from the idea of remembering this person was taking care of us. They were taking care of home. Because that's the temptation. You want to be taken care of, not the fact that you can't do it, but because it's hard to do it, it's easier to think, let me go back to this situation. So Spirit is like, no, keep going forward. We got you. But that is what I have for you guys, Aquarius. Hopefully that was helpful. If it was, and even if you guys just learned something from it, or if it resonated, please be sure to hit that like button. Your support is needed and appreciated. And next we're doing Gemini, and we're done. And then I will see you guys next week. Thank you, Nani, for being here. And thank you, Hi Poo. And thank you, Vontae. You said